Hello, and welcome back. My name is Sandcrawler, or Yithmavig, and we're playing on a new server slash modpack for Minecraft. This is Project Mineoid. I'll have the link down in the description for more information. It's a modpack and server combination sort of thing. It's on the Technic launcher. So, a little bit about me for anyone new. I've been doing Minecraft YouTube for a couple years now. I started off in Minecraft Vanilla, and from there I did a couple different mod packs. Most recently has been Agrarian Skies is going up, and this is going to be a new series on my channel. I'm not family friendly necessarily. I know that there's several people on here that are doing family friendly channels. And it's not that I wouldn't do a family friendly channel now, it's that I've just been going for too long to be family friendly anymore. Too much content. 700 videos that I would have to go through and clean. For the most part, I don't cuss very often, if ever. Some of my old videos do have some cussing, so just be aware of that. So what I'm going to build here, this is going to be my house here at spawn. I want to build a tiny house. And if you haven't seen them, which I'm sure most of you probably have, tiny houses are these little house structures that they build on trailers. They take a trailer and they basically build a house on top of it. It's essentially a souped up RV. Oh, I want 8. It's a souped up RV, but it's made out of wood, and so they tend to be a lot more sturdy. I just think it's a really interesting movement that's going on. It reduces your carbon footprint to almost nothing because it's a movable house. And yet it's an actual house, so you can live in it long term, which a trailer would be pretty hard to live in long term. And so I thought instead of building a larger house that has plenty of room, I wanted to build the smallest house that I could possibly do. So that's what led us here. And I have mostly dark oak wood, which I would like to have a couple other varieties, but I'll take what we have. There's a little bit of oak wood out and about. This mod pack is on 1.7, of course, so we don't have, like, that's why the fences are oak colored, is because we don't have the vanilla colored ones yet. So yeah, like, this is going to be the size of our tiny house, I think. Yeah, we're going to make it work. I could have built a little farther away from that waypoint, I guess. We'll shut it off. So we'll build a door. The fence that you see here, I just put that up to keep zombies out for now. Tiny houses tend to have a lot of windows, so we're going to poke some window holes. They're not big windows. I'm thinking here we'll do like a wraparound window. Kind of, not quite wraparound, just 3 wide here. This is all done without a plan, by the way. I haven't messed around and creative with this design at all. Just going for it. So we're going to chop a couple of these like this. I don't even need that many. In fact, I made way too many. We want a couple of these pillars. So we can make our little tiny porch have some support structure. Do some stairs out here so we can get into it. So obviously I didn't make this one on a trailer. It's not really a requirement for tiny houses to be on a trailer. That's just where a lot of people tend to build them. In real life, anyways. People tend to only build big things in Minecraft. Okay, so we'll go to here. I'm not going to be using a lot of micro blocks. In fact, those are probably about all I'm going to use for a little while here. At least until we go out and find our main base, and I'll probably use some more. Let's just make those all. I don't think I'm going to need any normal wood anymore. So if you've seen tiny houses, you've probably seen that they tend to have a second floor, or like a loft area. You see this all the time in them. And so we're going to have our loft area, which is how they make these houses work for them. Actually livable. Their size is generally, it's about 100 square feet. Some of them, you can find them up to 300 before you get into really big stuff. So we're going to do a little loft area up here. And I think, do I want stairs? Do I want dark oak wood stairs? Which the answer is not really. But you can see that's what we have there. This is oak, but these little shrubs take forever to chop down. So I guess we're going with dark oak, because that's what we have. I might change it out later. We do have the carpenter blocks mod, and I know almost nothing about it. I remember seeing it when it was new, but I never played with it. Here we have to remember to go out. 1 or 2? I think 1. Well, that's all kinds of bad placement. Then we can continue our roof like this. And continue placing blocks really badly. That was one change that I personally never cared for is when they changed the stair placement in vanilla Minecraft, which was forever ago now. He used to not have this upside down stuff. Okay, we'll still be able to crawl up our ladder and make it up here to the second floor or loft, which is what we want. We are going to have a window up here. We'll probably make that a window as well. If I could stop falling down. We'll need a few of these. We have a very one-colored structure. One short. Well, darn. So here we're going to take a solid block on both ends, and then we'll do slabs. This might become a solid block. You can see all the zombies gathering. They want my brains. When I first logged onto this server, there was a zombie, and I tweeted about it for proof. There was a zombie that followed me all around spawn, and then it turned day, and he was still following me around on fire and not dying. Because he was one of those from special mobs, I believe these are from. Let's look here. Come here. Well, I think that's what they're from. It won't target them. Okay, so I think I'm good with that. Okay, we do need to change out that one to be a solid block. So we'll have like this beam up here. And then back here is where we'll have our assorted furnaces. Which I'll just make that for now. Or actually, is that the recipe? No. That's too easy. There's an iron furnace from Industrial Craft. And then we'll have some storage over here. So actually what we might do is switch this out to slabs. That way we can have 2 double chests stacked over here. We'll just go ahead and make them. Right now I have a bunch of stuff stored over in a just a little cubby hole. I was just thinking that we might change that out to stairs. If we can get it to go the right way. Because then it looks like it's more attached to the wall. We'll do the same thing over here. Okay, and then we'll put some real lighting in here when we get some glowstone. For now, we'll just stick a torch there, and it lights the whole thing. So that's our tiny house. I might bring the roof down too. See, I'm not sure that that looks any better though. See, zombie special mobs. You die like normal zombies. Uh-oh. Okay. Crisis averted. Oh, we can still bring our... We can take our posts here. One cool thing is this, now that I can't get it to work. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, well, we'll do it the old way. With towers of blocks. You can charge jump. And that's wrong. Okay. I don't know why is the animation so slow like that? I'm contemplating the apple before I consume it. Don't hit me. I'm already gonna die. You're messing up my lawn. Thinking about it. Well, eat it already. Maybe I need some other kind of food. Okay, so if everything's dead, and then I'm gonna decorate my hut with zombie heads. If everything's dead, we can step back and see. It looks very plain. I'll have to find some different woods to put on it. I'll probably change out the roof. And maybe the beams. The beams might, for the support beams here, they might look good as birch. That or I could do cobblestone roof. I could. We'll find out. You'll see what I do next time. Because we're done with that project. I'm just going to finish it off camera. And that's going to kind of be the way that I do a lot of projects. Is I'll start them on camera and we'll build the bulk of it. And then I'll finish it off camera and show it next time. Long term, our goals on here are to do Thaumcraft. Pretty much for everything. I'm very much thinking about not using Tinker's Construct, like at all, even though there's a public furnace over here. I want to try using different tools. I want to try doing just Thaumcraft stuff. Instead of normally you would make your tools using Tinker's Construct, using the different plates and patterns, and yeah, I can see there's all the patterns in here. And those tools they last pretty long. In fact, I don't know, because I don't think they even despawn if you leave them laying on the ground. But they're kind of easy to get. So I want to try doing all Thaumcraft tools, is what I'm thinking, which is going to be a little while before we get to something like the Pickaxe of Core, unless we find it in a chest somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this little tiny house up, and I will show you guys what I did next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.